Hello everyone, I'm John and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I will review the Optolong LRGB filter set. I've recently received it from Optolong to test it out and make a review. First, I will check if these filters are parfocal or not, if you need to change focus or you don't, and we'll also check these filters imaging very bright stars like Vega to see if they will make any halos or not. I will use a 10-inch Newtonian quattro 250p that you can see here in the video, ZW AM5 mount with a 7-position filter wheel. And the camera that I'll be using will be a mono camera, the Tubtech ASO 2600 mono, an APS-C sensor of 26 megapixels. Now let's go in INA and I want to show you how to configure the ZW electronic filter wheel. Filter wheel, refresh, let's connect it. Press the options, equipment, position 1, slot 0. I think here we'll name it, this will be L, luminance, and here will be R, and here will be G, LRGB, and slot 4 will be H alpha filter, slot change will be oxygen 3, 6 S2, okay, 7 position filter wheel, so let's leave everything for the moment default. And now let's check. We have light and we can go red. Let's change it and we'll go with 4 times spinning and we'll go to seconds, yeah, loop, and let's change to red and we'll see the difference. Yeah, we see some difference, not so much here on the LRGB filter because we still have enough signal, but luminance should be the brightest one. Let's go blue, change, and from blue, if we go light, luminance, we should see a difference. Yeah, now there is. Now let's see H alpha. Here should be more noticeable. H alpha, let's go luminance again. And yeah, it works. And let's see if we change the filters here from light to red. Let's see how it will change. And let's see, change. Okay, so see how it changed the luminosity. Green, even lower, and let's see blue. Oh, also low light in blue. H alpha. H alpha is very dark now, it seems, of 3, and S2. So it works. Luminance again, change. Okay, works very nice. After testing the Optolong LRGB filters also on the moon, I decided to make also a short test on Jupiter, and I started to image using the luminance filter, and after that I switched to red, green and blue. And here we have 4 videos of Jupiter captured with the Optolong LRGB filters and my Tech 2600 monochrome camera. Slow on Vega. Okay, we'll press solve again. We are using the luminance filter. Unfortunately, on the first test I did have some back focus, so I decided to try again. I had also an internal reflection. I wasn't quite 100% sure, so I said I'll try again after fixing the back focus. And yeah, I can still see that reflection that was here closer to the star. Also could be the protective window from the camera sensor because this star is very bright. It's not quite on the stars, it's not a halo. So this is good news. Looking on Vega, captured with Optolong luminance filter, 15 seconds, being 1 by 1 and 1000 millimeters. We can see here some diffraction spikes. I believe these are the smaller ones are caused by the focuser tube or the clips around the mirror. A very nice result with this filter, no halos, and this is one of the brightest stars in the sky with 15 seconds f4. mono camera and luminance filter. Good results on Vega with the luminance filter. Now let's change to red, change, and start another exposure of 15 seconds. And a very small halo here around Vega that is very bright, but not a big problem. We change to blue. We take another image with the blue filter, also with the blue here, just in this part, a very small halo. Well, let's see. Set for framing assistance. Okay. To lens center. So let's take a 30-second exposure. So see, no halo here. We should have a halo like this. It should be visible. Change to red. Change. And take another one with red. This is also a very bright star. So luminance, no halo. Let's see the red filter. No halo. Just these diffraction spikes from maybe the focuser tube or the clips from the primary mirror. Okay, now let's change to green. So green blue usually have chances to make a small halo, and since luminance and red do not make. I didn't see on Vega nothing, but with green and blue I did see a little bit. Let's see green and blue again. Okay, I have to take another exposure. I do not see also in green, here. Only, as I mentioned, those diffraction spikes, and let's change to blue. Change. Okay, and let's do the last one, and then do some astrophotography. And let's see on blue if we see anything here or not. 150% zoom. So only at the blue filter we can start to see a small halo, but I think this is mostly visible because of those diffraction spikes that I mentioned earlier. We are now in Pixinsight, and I do want to show you a fast test that I've made with the Optolong LRGB filter set on Messier 33, the Triangulum Galaxy. Now I do want first to combine all these mono stacks and show you how the LRGB filter stack will look and do some fast processing here in Pixinsight. We'll use the luminance images reference and we'll align all the others to luminance. So we'll go here and start align. Now we'll select the luminance image as reference. Let's see, yes, okay. And then we'll apply star alignment to all the other stacks. The images will be aligned and we'll be able to do an LRGB combination. Just click here on apply. Then click screen transfer function. And we have a master light for the blue channel. It's aligned with the luminance. After stacking the images in Pixinsight and aligning the RGB stacks with the luminance, I've imported them in Graxpert to remove the gradients from the images, and we'll use background extraction here with interpolation method AI. So we'll use the AI background extraction in Graxpert, and then we'll press calculate background. And this is the result on the luminance layer. Let me show you the original. You see, and here is gradient corrected. We'll do this on all the images before combining them in Pixinsight. We combine the mono stacks together using LRGB combination, and this is our color stack. We'll continue now and process it a little bit more here in Pixinsight. We'll do also color calibration. We'll continue now with blur exterminator. We'll apply it directly here on the image. Then noise exterminator using the latest update, and after that we'll make a starless image. And we'll do some final adjustments after in Adobe Photoshop. Here we have the starless image without the stars, and I've used curves and layers, also Adobe Camera Raw filter to enhance the contrast, the sharpness, to get the background darker, to increase saturation and enhance the details of the galaxy better. After that, I've placed the stars back, and this is the result that I was able to obtain after fast processing in Adobe Photoshop. We have here just 1 hour and 50 minutes integration time with mono camera and the 10-inch telescope. Captured not with the best sky conditions because I did have some haze and some strong gradients, but I was really impressed with the result. We can see here larger stars without any halos, and also great details here in Messier 33, being visible also the larger nebulas, like this one here on the lower part and the other ones on the extremities of the galaxy. Look at these details. I'm really impressed with just 1 hour and 50 minutes integration using the Optolong LRGB filter set. After finishing the test, I believe the Optolong LRGB filter set is a good option to consider. You'll get good quality filters at an affordable price. On the halo test, I believe on very bright stars like Vega, many of the filters on the market will make at least a small halo. And I didn't notice any halos on the luminance red filters and very small halo on the blue and the green filter. That will not affect the imaging result when you process the image. So nothing to worry about having nasty halos in the image. These filters are very good and also at a good price. Now on the second part, was very happy to see and relieved that these filters are Parfocal and I didn't need to change focus when changing the filters. And this is very important because you won't lose any time when changing from a filter to another. I hope you find this video useful. By the way, affiliate links are in the description if you are interested to buy this filter set. And if you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. And if you do want to support the channel more, you can check also the channel membership, join, and you'll be able also to download and process my astrophotography data. Hope I'll see you soon in the next video, and until next time, clear sky.